Hi, I'm Craig Cucutt, and welcome to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from A to Z.
The first technique I'm going to show is a stance. In the stance, you should have your elbows in, your head up, your hips under you, and feet shoulder width apart, whether it's a staggered stance or a square stance. The next important skill for takedowns will be motion. In your stance, you should be able to move, circling left or right, forward, and backwards. Okay. The next skill is changing levels. In your stance, with your motion, you have to attack, and to attack you have to change level before you can go in. Once again, changing levels is the next skill. The next skill will be penetration, which you need to attack the man. You have your stance, your motion, you change levels, and penetrate. The next skill involved in takedowns is lifting. You have to lift the man off the mat to take him down. And in lifting, you have to keep your hips under you. I'm in my stance, I got my motion, I change levels, I penetrate, and when I lift, I have to have my hips under me. Okay, the first technique is a double leg. Man attacks, putting his arms on my shoulder. I clear his arms, I penetrate center leg, double leg, stand up, lift. The next double leg, the man's going to sprawl. I'm going to cut the corner and pull his leg in. His hands are on my shoulder. I pop, shoot my double leg. He sprawls. I slide my knee to his knee, pull his pardon, again, take him down. The next technique is an arm drag to a double leg. In your stance, man attacks with one hand. I drag, shoot to the double. The next move is a 2-on-1 control where I take his arm and then many guys will post on your head or on their shoulder. I'm going to pop them and go into the double leg. The next move is a high crotch to a double leg. I'm in position. I'm going to penetrate into the high crotch, step up, switch across to the double leg, finish. The next move is a high crotch, and my opponent will block my arm, so I have to come up and lift him. I shoot the high crotch, he's blocking, I can't switch to a double leg, so I come up, I reach in with my back arm, and I lift. I crotch, he blocks. The next move is a high crotch. He blocks my arm, and this time instead of lifting, I'm going to dump him. Shoot the high crotch. He's blocking my arm. I come up. I go for the lift. He sits back. I dump him. Next move is a high crotch where he sprawls and I crack him to his hip and finish. I shoot the high crotch. He sprawls. I block his knee down. to his hip, come up behind, and finish. Once again, high crunch, sprawl. Next move is a fireman's carry to the near leg. I get a bicep tie. I'm going to change level, attack the leg, both knees thrown. The next move is a regular fireman's. I have, again, bicep tie. I'm going to shoot a high crotch, dropping both knees, take him over to the side, finish. Next move is a single leg from a 2-on-1. I like to control the arm and lift, step in, pick the knee, lock my hands, and then to finish, I'll step behind his heel and trip him back. Two on one, pick the knee, trip. The next move is single leg from an underhook. Underhook control, I'm controlling his lat. What I'm going to do is I'm pull him towards me, lift it up, snatch the leg. From here to finish, I'm going to dump him, I step, and I pivot and lower my level. Next move is another single leg from the underhook. This time I snatch the leg, I go for the dump, he follows me, I pull the leg out, I step across. Underhook, single. The next technique is another single leg off of the underhook. This time I take the single leg, I'm going for the dump, he's hopping away from me. I'm going to re-dump by picking the ankle, hitting his knee. Then I come down for the takedown. Underhook, single leg, I'm dump, re-dump. The next technique is another single leg off the underhook. I pick the knee, I go for the dump, and I re-dump. He turns into me, I sweep. Underhook, single, dump, re-dump, he turns back. The next technique is another single leg off the underhook. Attack the single leg, I'm going for the dump, and I re-dump him. He turns back in, I go for the sweep. I miss the sweep, I lock the ankle on the knee, and I dump again. Underhook, single, dump, re-dump, turns in, sweep, and dump. The next technique is another single leg off the underhook. I'm snatching the knee, and this time, instead of dumping, I'm going to do a heave-ho. I step my left leg back, I pull his leg up, and I swing it and lift my arms as high as I can. Take him down. Underhook, step. The next technique is another heave-ho. From the underhook, I get the single leg. Instead of pulling him to the inside, I'm going to step back, take him to the outside. Underhook, in. The next technique is a sweep single leg. And I'm going to set it up by tapping his head. Then I'm lower my level, coming to the side. He's going to sprawl. I'm gonna come around, grab both ankles, take him down. The next technique is another sweep single. When he covers my head with his hips, I'm gonna lift him and come out the back door. Lift him over. Next move is another sweep single. This time, when I attack the leg, he whizzes me, throwing his arm in between his body and my arm. So what I have to do is I step up, I change direction, I limp my arm out, come behind. The next move is an upper body throw. It's called an arm spin. I'm going to take an overhook, grab his elbow tight. From here, I step my outside leg in first, and I'm going to pivot on this leg as I kick this other leg all the way through. At the same time, I'm throwing my other arm underneath, wrapping his arm around my neck. Throwing around here, pivot, I come down, I throw my arm through, take him over. The next move is another arm spin. I'm going to set it up by putting my head in his chest and letting him collar tie me. When he collar ties me, I don't need to have his arm under here. I clamp down on his forearm, and then I step and I pivot. Same thing. From the collar tie, the next technique is another arm spin. This time he's going to pull his arm out, and I'm going to attack the leg. From the collar tie, I go for my spin, he pulls his arm out, attack the leg, and finish. Next move is another arm spin. This time he drops to his knees and I go behind for the takedown. Control this arm, reach around the back, pull your head out. Another arm spin, same defense. I step in, I'm spinning, he drops to his knees. This time, I pinch his wrist with my elbow, reach over the head, walk around the other way. Walk around the other way, pull him back, then come across for the finish. Over the head, grab the chin, come around, finish. The next move is an arm throw. The difference being I'm going to turn my hips into him instead of spinning all the way through. So I want to get an overhook, grab the elbow. This time I lead my right leg. I lower my level, I pivot, get my hips in, I pull the arm, pull them over, extend to a tripod, come across for the finish. Next move is a headlock. From the same position, except this time instead of going under the arm, I'm taking the head. I step in, my right leg, I bend my knees, I pivot, take him over. The next technique is another headlock. This time I'm not turning my hips into him. It's called a sagging headlock because I'm going to punch through and throw my hip back, and my weight will take him down. So same position like a headlock, except this time I'm going to step with my outside leg. Outside leg, punch through, drop your leg back. So take the arm, head, step. The next move is another headlock. This time I'll go from the other side. It's a reverse headlock. And I like to take it from an underhook. When a man tries to fight out of the underhook by backing out, I grab his head. I lock my hands behind his head, and once again, I'm not going to pivot back step. I'm going to twist him down. Twist him down like that. The next technique is a bear hug. We start from over-under position. What I got to do is lower my level and penetrate to lock it up. Then from there, I'm going to step outside, plant my foot, pinch him with my knee, take him to his back. Over-under, lock it. The next technique is another bear hug. I attack the same way. I lock. I'm stepping around. This time he steps out and beats me. I switch directions. I step to the other side. Pinch this knee, but this time I'm going to bring both knees behind because he's got his arm. He can throw me from here. Then I'll drop to my knee. Take him down. Once again, step in, he steps out. The next technique is another bear hug. Same position, over, under. I drop in and lock, and I'm stepping. He steps back, leans into me. I'm going to throw my hip in, twist him down to the mat. Over, under. I lock. He steps back. Twist. The next move is a front headlock. In my stance, we're head to head. I reach up, my left arm, pull him straight into my chest, locking over on the chin with my right arm. Now from here, the man will try to attack my hand to break my lock. So from here, as soon as he does that, I'll pull him to the mat where he has to post his hand. Then I'll reach across, lock it up, and the first technique, pull him by and go behind. Once again, pull him down, get attacked, lock, go behind. The next front headlock comes from the over-under position. In this position, if I'm going for a bear hug, sometimes the man backs his hips away. From there, I'm going to limp my arm out over the top of the head. Once I get here, I got to use my elbow to keep his head inside. From there, I go under, I lock my hands. I step around, keeping his head in my hips, to the side of his foot. From here, I roll to my right hip, throwing him over. Coming across for the finish. The next move is another front headlock. From the over position, I take it with a bear hug. He backs out, pulls his head down. From here, he doesn't give me a chance to throw, he drops to his knee. This time, what I'm going to do, if he's grabbing my leg, I'll free my leg. I'm going to step around here, put my shoulder in his back, and roll. The next move is another front headlock from the standing position. When our stance, I pull his head down, lock over, grab his elbow. From here, I extend his elbow and lock. Now I'm going to duck my head and spin through. The next move is a knee pick from the over-under position. In the over-under, I'm going to make him step towards me. Then I'll grab his knee and drive into him. Once again, over-under position. Grab the knee, Drop. The next move from standing position is a 2-on-1. I'm going to usually take it off with a collar tie. From here, I'm going to bend it in and lock my own wrist. And now I'm going to start jamming his fist into his chest until he pushes back into me. He pushes in, I change direction, pull him down. From the collar tie, 2-on-1, jam him. The next move is a shuck from the collar tie. I have a collar tie on my opponent, and he has a collar tie on me. What I want to do is bury my head and drive into him. When he pulls down hard and pushes into me, I'm going to turn my palm down, hit the back of his elbow. At the same time, I'm stepping in and looking away. And then from here, I reach around the back and I pull him to the mat. Drives into me. The next move from the same position is a duck under. I have a collar tie, he has a collar tie. What I want to do is I want to dig in to the bicep. From here, I'm going to lower my level by shuffling my feet, drop him to a knee, pull his elbow behind my head. From here, I pivot up, take him down. Collar, inside. The next move is another move from the over-under position. This time I'm in over-under. I push into him, he leans into me. I'm going to foot sweep him. To foot sweep your opponent, you have to get your hips in. So I'm going to step with my center leg, bring my hips in, I lift him, I pivot, and I kick his foot. Once again, over under, I push, he pushes back, I step up. The next move is off of an overhook. I take an overhook on my opponent. He either goes deep on my waist or grabs my shoulder. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is pull him this way first, and then I'm going to turn, step in, and high hip him. High hip him over this way. Once again, I overhook, pull him this way first, I step in, I hip, over. The next move is again from overhook position. From here, this time I'm going to lace inside his leg. Once I get the ankle laced, I'm going to hop right in between his legs, arch, come under the arm and throw. Right here. Once again, overhook, lace, I step in. The next move is again from the overhook. From the overhook position, I go for the kick up again, he steps out of it. This time, I'm going to go around, come in, catch him, and then as soon as I get here, I'm going to pop my hips and throw him back. I kick up, he steps around, I come here. The next move is from the overhook again. I take the overhook, this time I'm going to kick up and go across for the ankle pick. I get him in here, I hop in, I kick up, pick him. One more time, I kick up, pick.
Okay, kind of something from the sports side, from the knees, few takedowns. We'll go over 10 or 15 takedowns from here. Okay, so we're on the knees here. Guy grabs around my head. Real common to start from here. What I want to do is when he grabs around my head, that's fine. He grabs my head, he controls me there. Now I'm going to make sure he doesn't leave. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here and here. Okay, so I'm here. I just switch. Now his arm is kind of stuck. Okay, I'm here, I turn, knee inside, fall back, and flip him to the offside. Okay? One more time. We're in here like this. Grabs my head, like this. I'm just gonna switch. Okay, simple switch. This arm comes here and keeps it here. Okay, and now I turn and come around to his lap. Now I pivot and my knee comes up in his stomach. Notice that I'm not very far away from him because you can't stretch it. Okay, you're here, knees are closed when you do this type of move. You're in here, 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 here. Bring him back towards your face, lift the leg, and he falls offside. Okay, guys. Everybody likes to go put the guy in the guard from here, but just about everybody does it wrong. Okay, when you sit, you'll see guys, they grab the guy here, and they either jump up and fall back and put him in the guard, or they fall with the leg to the outside like this, and then try to put him in the guard. This is very dangerous for your hip. What you want to do is you're here, you sit through to the guard. Okay, so you're here, leg up, sit through to the guard. Very simple. Okay? Here, up, sit through to the guard. Okay, guys. This time, I'm going to do the same thing, sit through, put him in the guard, only I'm going to add the sweep. Okay? Basic move. I'm here, leg up. As I sit through like this knee stays in this time instead of going around. So I'm in here, I sit through, and the leg comes in, and then just scissor him over. Okay? So, in here, leg up, sit through, scissor over. Okay, common that guys want to grab your head and control you from here naturally. So we're here, he grabs the head. What I want to do is I'm going to take my shoulder and I'm going to knock it off that way, okay? When I do that, I'm going to come back for the front choke, okay? So we're here, like this. I'm going to turn and blow it off and then come right back to the head for the front choke, okay? When I go front choke, like we went over earlier, the arm goes all the way through so I can see the wrist on this side, lift up and choke, okay? From here I can also sit it back into the guard and push and pull and finish the choke here. Okay, so one more time. We're here. Keep it in tight. I don't want to be far away like this. I'm weak out here. I need to be in here tight and strong. So I'm here, I turn out, get rid of it, and come back to the head. Okay? Once I get it here, go front choke, sit through, and push and pull. Okay, another takedown. Guy's down here. I'm just going to step across and bring my guy across over here. One of the biggest problems when guys do this move, two things. They start it from way out here, which makes it very difficult to pull him. Another thing, when they step through, they create their own problem by bringing so much of a leg here, it blocks the guy. So I just want to go right here, right next to his knee. Okay? So I'm here, grab across, and now, don't throw him this way. He has base right here. I want to pull it this way. This is where he has nothing. Okay? So I pull him down, and my knee comes in. Okay? A lot of guys like to take the arm lock from here. That's fine. So we're here. I'm going to reach across, bring him down, and knee comes in. Keep a hold of his head. Okay, I try to take him down. Same thing this time, like we just did, only he doesn't go for it. He throws me back. It's common. If I'm here, we go here. I reach across and try to throw him. He brings me back. My knee comes up in, and my leg goes over. Okay? And I take the arm lock here. Biggest problems here with guys in class. The leg goes down here, and now the guy crushes it so I can't get the leg over the head. The knee goes up here and keeps him up high, so it's easy for me to bring this over. Okay? So we're here. I reach across, try to throw him. He brings me back, knee comes up high, leg over. Okay? One more time. Let's turn that around a little bit. So I'm here. I step over. He brings me back. Knee goes high. Look at where my hips are. They're up high. I don't want to be down, legs are up high, hook the head, pelvis up.
Here we go with your partner trying to put you in the guard from the knee position. Okay, we saw this earlier. He sits back, he sits down. You're going to bring the elbow inside. You're going to bring the knee over the top, past the guard. Here we are. He sits back, brings you down. Put the elbow down. Okay, so you don't get caught in anything. Bring the knee inside. Bring it down, past the guard.
Okay, guys, another common one. Guy grabs my head here, and hangs on me here. I'm going to trap the arm here, all right? Trap the arm and reach across. Now, all I'm going to do is put my head down over here. That's it. Once his leg gets stuck, he can't get it out and he falls, okay? So it's just, sometimes have a guy without pants, you can just reach to the outside. In fact, it's probably easier. Sometimes when you reach to get the gi, you can't get it, okay? So you're here, go here, here. And now just bring him down. Okay, a lot of times when you start going to take the guy down, you get the guy starting from here instead of here, okay? You can take advantage of this, easy to hook and sweep. So you're in here, I'm going to sit through, hook the leg, and just bring him over, okay? One more time. I'm here, I sit through and hook the leg. Once I'm here, just bring it up and mount.
Okay, another sweep from the knee position here. You're here like this. The guy has one leg up, has the arm here, right? All I'm going to do is reach underneath here, hook it, bring it across, come underneath the leg, sit through, bring the guy over, holding onto the wrist. Here we are, like this. I reach through, pull it across like this, step the foot inside. Notice how I pin the arm with my knee. Sit back, hook, kick it over, bring the leg back through.
Okay, common problems from here. Guys, grab your sleeves here, right? I can just pull across and yank out if I want. If I'm here, right, he's got the sleeve, I can go up under like that, like we talked about earlier, up under like that and pull out, or it's just as easy. Just you take it here, hold it, and yank it out. I like it better that way. I'm here, he holds this arm, right, I come across, yank it out, then I got him and I can take him over because he's got the arm drug across. Okay, so real simple. You're here, the guy grabs, just grab it, yank it out, and then he's across. Okay, very good.